Hello, everyone. Glad you could make it to our stream tonight. We are Geek Therapeutics, and we will be playing the wonderful RPG game called Fate. If you are familiar with it, and specifically, we are going to be playing Rockalypse, which is a module for Fate, where we will be playing in the post-apocalyptic world. And you guys are a band that is coming together because this is a very musical game. We're not actually going to be playing any music for y'all, but in this world, it's basically like a Bollywood style musical where there are these big, silly musical numbers. And because in this world there is not any actual physical conflict, every kind of conflict is resolved through musical conflict. And so if you're in the wasteland bar and somebody bumps over your last glass of dirty water that you were really hoping to survive on, you don't slug them. You instead jump on the bar and pull out your guitar and explain to the world how horrible this person is and how they need to buy you many, many more rounds. And the band and the audience will be the judge of, or like the other bartenders will be the kind of judge of that. And so everything kind of goes back and forth, and it's silly. So you guys are all band members that have played together. So we'll get into it here in a little bit, but we usually do intros. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, and then we'll go around and you guys will learn about who our wonderful game players are tonight from Cohort 19. And yeah, and so we'll do real people names, real people pronouns, and I think everybody's picked a character name, and we will do character name and character pronouns as well. And then tell us a little bit about who you're playing tonight. Or I guess some of you might not know, but at least say a little bit about yourself, and we're grateful to be here. So you don't have to say that. I'm grateful to be here. That's what I meant to say. I'm excited because I like playing these games. And so anyways, I'm Colin. I'm grateful to be here. I have a PhD in ecology. I am on the gaming side of the Geek Therapeutics system. And so I'm here to teach people how to play games. And these are all kind of intelligent therapist people, and they bring the therapy part into the procedure. So we're gonna play a silly game of Rockalypse, and then we will go for it. So yeah, so I am an informed patient. I have a background in ecology and modeling and statistics, and so that's why I like the kind of numbers and the game components of this stuff. And so that's my background, and we're here to rock. And who wants to tell us about themselves?
Well, I think I can go first.
Please.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Greg Anderson. I have a doctorate in clinical psychology. I've been playing role-playing games since 1986 with the Red Box basic set of Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I will be playing the band or the stage manager tonight. I have named him Ignatius Norris. Just call me Ig for short.
Yes, that was your smoke.
We'll go from there.
Fantastic. And then I heard he, him pronouns for Ig, and then he, him for Greg too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
You are, just not today, man.
All right, I can go.
Thank you.
Put down my sketch pad. I am Nikki. I am a LMHC. I specialize in working with the LGBTQ plus population. Pronouns are she, her. I have been doing tabletop games since about, I want to say 2008. Started with D&D 4th edition, and have mostly played D&D focus, but I've played Shadowrun, Exalted, some Paranoia. That's all that I can think of right now. And I love to roleplay. I'm a huge otaku and nerd. And what else? Oh, character. I am playing Anne Athema, the bassist, who is a teddy bear on the inside and spiky on the outside.
Wonderful. Thanks, Nikki.
And she, her pronouns. I'm not sure if I mentioned that for the character.
Perfect. Thank you.
I can go.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Haley Mazzarella. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I will be playing the guitarist Draken Zed, pronouns they them. And there's just some things that I feel strongly about, and I feel like music is kind of how the feelings come out, you know. That's my character.
Plenty. That is awesome. Thank you. And it was Draken? Draco?
Draken, if you want the German pronunciation, but you can go Draken is fine.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm stoked. Thank you.
All right, I can go. Hello, everybody. My name is Katie Protos. I use she, her pronouns. I am a licensed clinical social worker in Pennsylvania and Connecticut. I work mostly with folks who experience trauma, struggle with eating disorders, and are part of the LGBTQ community. It's pretty cool stuff. So some private practice and teaching, all that fun stuff. I have been a nerd for as long as I can remember, and have a love for all things theater, more of a Broadway than Bollywood, but we're gonna go with it. And I love improv games, and recently found D&D because there was a pandemic and there was nothing else to do. So I am now smitten with the fantasy roleplay world, and I'm in for it.
Glorious.
My character, I'm going to be playing the mix master, Cindy Cull. A little bit snarky. Just going to say, it happens. And I also have a habit I keep talking in awkward, inappropriate times. So that's me on the beats.
Katie, is Cindy she, her?
Yes, Cindy is going to be she, her as well. Thank you.
Cool.
Perfect.
I can go next. My name is Adam, he, him pronouns. Just because I'm going to forget, my character's also he, him pronouns. I am a soon-to-be fully licensed counselor in the state of Washington. That'll be at the
Yay.
midway, end of January, somewhere in that range. I have been again, nerd for as long as I can remember. The first book that I read was The Hobbit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like,
not I Am a Bunny or
okay, yeah. So sorry, the first book that I ever read was The Lorax. The next book that I read was The Hobbit.
this short jump. It's a real
Yeah.
small
Hard.
hop. I gotcha.
I've been playing tabletop games since I was about 15 or 16. It was in high school. It was something that we could do with I could do with my friends. I have a little bit, I've been playing since 3.5 for D&D, a little bit of experience with GURPS, a little bit of experience with World of Darkness, and currently just totally hooked on 5th edition. It's perfect. Change nothing, wizards. So my character is going to be Nick Stagger, who the role that I picked was the everyman, which I am choosing to call the jackass of all trades. So Nick is actually just here because he's just trying to help out his friends. They needed somebody to do all of this stuff, and Nick's always been kind of good at everything, but he's mostly just concerned with making sure that this group of people sticks together. Because I've got a lot of really strong personalities here, and Nick knows that if there's not somebody there to make sure everybody's talking to each other and everybody's getting along, that it's gonna go to crap real fast.
It's very considerate of him.
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. Excellent. And how are you doing, Erin? You are playing our singer tonight, so we interjected you into that. Sorry to not to mess up your intro, but
That's
hi.
okay. Hi. So yeah, I am Erin Brooks. I am actually a behavior analyst, so I'm not even a psychologist, but that's okay. I love games. I work with children. I do social groups. So this is just a natural fit. I'm so super brand new to tabletop gaming. This is like my second week. And so I represent all of you who are beginners. So if I can do it, you can definitely do it. And even if I can't do it, you can still do it. It's so much fun. I'm so hooked. And so tonight I am playing the singer. Let's see. Okay, Zing. Her name is Zing. She's impeccably flashy. She has a lot of energy. So this is going to be great for my alter ego. It's like not really me in real life. So this is going to be great. Yeah, so she's just too much, just a little bit too much.
I love it. Yes, excellent. Good, good. And I'm excited to get a mic in your hand. And no actual singing required. Because we are playing we've got our Roll20 up on the screen for all of our streamers. And I will, yeah, and we are, and it is, so yes, and so we are going to be using Roll20 to do the heavy lifting for us in terms of the dice rolls, because anyone who's seen a set of Fate dice, they're cool, but they are their own kind of beast. And they are 4d6s, and you roll them all together, and you get a number from -4 to +4. There's a lot of, I've got a background in stats. We could have a conversation about the difference between a d20 and 46. But the main thing is that it's centered on 0. And then we add bonuses on top of that. And because Fate is kind of all about having this kind of weaving in between positivity and negativity, because it's a very narrative game. And so the idea is that you can do anything in Fate. But you can run any game in Fate. It's a universal role system, as I heard a GURPS shout out. And so this is kind of in that vein. And I mean, it's actually a fairly old-ish game, and it's like has a few generations. And so so it's there's a lot of love for Fate. There's a lot of kind of apathy towards Fate, but it's I think of it like a piano. You can do basically anything on a piano. You can do anything in Fate, but some games and some scenarios are better suited for other instruments, for other game systems. And so it is really good at pulling people together and kind of weaving between, kind of drama and conflict. And because, and so I think, and that's kind of the general idea, is that a good story has characters, it has elements, it has aspects to things, and you are kind of weaving between positive and negative parts of your being, and the drama unfolds from there. So, and so I heard everybody kind of mention these interesting things about their characters because they've been looking at their pre-made character sheets, and you guys have noticed that, intensely upbeat, putting them, interjecting in at the wrong time, things like that. Potentially, I heard, that our bassist is rather moody, and in her own wonderful way, or their own wonderful way. And so because the world of Fate is composed of these aspects, and they are basically the descriptions of your character, they're the descriptions of the world, they're the descriptions of the scene, the chunks, the narrative chunks of it. And so your character could have a flamethrower, that's an aspect. Your character could have a sick loved one, that is an aspect, and of your character. And so we cobble these things kind of together. We use them in positive ways to get bonuses to your die rolls, and then I use them as the game master to add drama and complications to the scene to make a more exciting story. And tonight, that story is a post-apocalyptic story, musical conflict. We're going to be getting silly. And I want to hear from our wonderful players. We have 4 different post-apocalyptic scenarios that we are going to pick, probably about 2 or 3 of these, and mash them together to get our own unique post-apocalyptic scenario. And that's another reason why I like Rockalypse for therapeutic things, even though I have the theory. I don't actually do game therapy myself, but it seems like a really good match for that, and other people can encourage me to do this. That it is a good way to kind of lure people into this. And that's what it was. No, it's got a lot of replayability, and it's good for because basically you have these 4 different scenarios, you mash them up together, you kind of draw from your players, and you come up with a unique scenario basically every time without doing very little prep. So that's nice. And so the 4 different scenarios that I want to hear that from you guys are that what appeals to y'all and what do you guys like? We have the post-apocalyptic wasteland, which is kind of your Mad Max. Yeah, I saw a hand raised for that. Excellent. And where it's a wasteland, it could be the desert, it could be the ocean, could be whatever you want, but resources are short and everybody's struggling to survive. We could do the Streets of Cyber City, which is the cyberpunk, the futuristic post-apocalyptic scenario where everyone lives in a giant megacity. And this one is the kind of more electronica, synth, hip hop style, kind of like futuristic style music. We have Aliens from Dimension X, which is very kind of anime inspired in its own way, very Fooly Cooly FLCL inspired, where aliens have integrated into the world and have and have kind of they've infiltrated in their own interesting way. And so we'll get into that. And then the final one, no, actually it's 5. I forgot about that. Aha. 2 important ones. We have Pandemonium, which is the armies of hell have risen and have destroyed, conquered the world. And so that's kind of your Jack Black Pick of Destiny style thing, or but it's also like Devil Went Down to Georgia style thing. And so the influence of demons and stuff like that in music goes together, like wine and bread. And or we have Rock and Roll High School, which is the fun one because that's such an important musical, like situation. And also, like, you can have a lot of apocalypses in high school. You can have apocalyptic breakups, you can have apocalyptic divorces, apocalyptic moves. And that one also layers really well because you can do like high school Streets of Cyber City, high school Wasteland, high school, any of those. And so that's a good kind of mash up. So what's appealing to y'all? What do you guys want to play? I'm going to be quiet for a little bit.
I mean, I definitely, like, my ears perked up as soon as I heard the description for Pandemonium. I grew up in southern Mississippi, so there was a good 25-year span there where I was never more than 5 miles away from someone playing The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
I also like the Pandemonium. That's a good idea. I could go for Aliens too, and sort of a They Live faction.
Same. With what y'all said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Wastelands just because I like the idea of like sort of the gritty survivalist and like seen some hard times, but sort of like cowboy dust roll, kind of like we're here, like that kind of stuff. I really love.
That's awesome.
I've seen some shit.
Yeah, kind of 6-string samurai.
Yeah, that's sort of what I
yeah.
I feel like
but I love the high school one too. It'd be so funny to do. I also loved your shtick about it, but it's like they're popular kids who always get whatever they want. Guess which group you're in. It's like probably not that one.
I feel like if we did the Wasteland one, my character would have a lot of opportunities for like gags because he's the everyman. So like you square off with someone and he can just pull out a whistle and go.
I can mix those beats.
That's right.
Awesome.
I mean, I like the high school one just because my heart first went to Buffy, Willow, and true apocalyptic high school experiences.
Good point.
And like mashes with all of it. So I am
Monster mash.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. I feel like that's not a super used combination of things because like when I'm trying to mash it up in my head, literally all that came into mind was like Buffy and Cabin in the Woods. So Joss Whedon.
I guess that's what I was going Firefly, I think, with my Wastelands.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I
like
the little known fact. All good role-playing settings are based off of Joss Whedon stuff.
We can throw some Reavers in there that sort of gets in the alien.
The alien part, for sure.
And the demons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And we had a quick question from the audience that I'm going to jump on and note that somebody asked, what is the max? Is there a max number of people who can play Fate at the same time? That's a great thing. I have been in some pretty big Fate games. I've seen people with like doing like 8 people. I bet it would work for 10, but beyond that, I wouldn't probably do too much, because it's then you start getting too many aspects, you get too many pieces. And a common thing that can happen in early Fate editions that somebody mentioned is actually the early editions, everyone started off with like 7 aspects and like all this other crap. And so they were much crunchier. And now I'm doing 5 aspects. You could even do it with like 3 aspects. Like, what do you need? Like yeah. So, and so you can really, the more people you would add, I would abbreviate the characters. So shorter aspects, just cut it down to a high concept, a trouble, and then one other thing. And that's it. Because beyond that, and there's also a faster version of Fate called Fate Core, which is a little bit faster than this in its own simpler way. But yeah, there's Fate Accelerated. I'm running Fate Core tonight. Fate Accelerated is the faster one. So
What makes it faster?
What makes it faster? There's not skills. They got rid of the skills, basically. There is something. There's these things called approaches, which are pretty cool. And so are you approaching this stealthily? Are you approaching it aggressively? Are you approaching it whatever? And like there's like 5 of those, maybe 4 of those that you can do. And so you basically pick an approach, roll some dice, or like pick an approach, add some aspects to it, and then roll some dice. And so in this case, we pick a skill, and you guys have like 12 skills to choose from. And so that's a little bit crunchier. And so they cut the number of aspects, they cut out the skills, put in something shorter for each of them. So maybe I should be doing it. Whatever. I run what I'm used to. I'm getting older. Can't see my gray hair. You probably can't see my gray hair from there.
You dye it purple, no one can tell.
Good for you.
Purple is the best color.
That's right. So awesome. Anyways, there's my
little. You could also
ramble.
just cut it all off.
Oh yes, and then nobody knows. That's right. And so wonderful, excellent. So we had some kicking around ideas. I'm liking this. How about Greg and I think I heard a little bit from Greg, but Aaron, what about you two down on the bottom? What do you guys think? What appeals to you? What's some of your favorite post-apocalyptic scenarios, and what do you want to play tonight?
For me personally, I like all of them, every description. So since I'm so new, it's all appealing to me. I don't have to pick a lane. So I'll just do what I can.
You're in the mode of play to find out, which I really love. And that's one of my favorite things. Let's go for a tumble and let's see what happens.
Yep.
And so that's a friend of mine describes role playing. It's just like tumbling down a hill, just like go for it. So perfect. So we have got a kind of a Buffy-esque style scenario, perhaps, where we've got maybe the Hellmouth really opening up and taking over the world. We have got the kind of, we can do, kind of a Buffy-esque scenario wherever. And so, high school with, high school wasteland, high school aliens, high school pandemonium are the kind of 3 on the table that I hear. And so let's narrow it down. And and we can also match it up. So like high school pandemonium wasteland. Like the Hellmouth has opened up. Sunnydale is all dried up wasteland, but you still have algebra. So if we want to do
lame.
That's right.
Where will I find a pencil in all this?
That's right. And maybe, because sometimes the demons are teachers. Sometimes the demons are we could do it either or. You could have demonic teachers that are the jerks. We could have demons beating on the walls outside of your Sunnydale sanctuary. Are they inside? Oh, that's a good way to do it, because we're going to be picking an aspect from each of these scenarios, and we'll probably pick maybe 1 or 2 to get things started, and those will be our world aspects, and I will add those into our roll 20. For example, one of the example ones is Devil Went Down to Georgia. And because those demons are gambling demons and they are around, but they can be reasoned with and they are here to make deals. So that's a fun one. And we have, so it starts on, starting on page 5, and we're going to be picking 1 or 2 of those. And so yeah, Wasteland is the idea that like everything is scarce. We don't need another hero. Everything is scarce. Post-apocalyptic Wasteland. Break out the duct tape, and we need another. Well, I don't have to go. I shouldn't be going through all of these because I'll stare and read this laundry list to you guys. But yes, and so you guys can, for example, that's where I was going, is examples, not laundry lists. But for example, under Pandemonium, we have one of the options is on page 8 is where is it? There was one. Some of my best friends are demons. I thought there was something like that. We invented your picture. Oh, okay. Anyways, maybe that was something we made up. Anyways, but yes, and so are the demons inside the walls of Sunnydale? Are they outside the walls? That would be a kind of one of the potential aspects we would add.
What if the demons are the popular kids?
Ooh, the demons are the popular kids. And great, that hits the nail on the head because the popular kids have it easy. So let me throw that aspect into our world. And so we've got popular kids have it easy to start out with, and they have it easy because they got horns.
So they're extra horny.
And
excellent. We have fun here.
I like some of my best friends are mutants.
Yes. Oh, that's where it is. Some of my best friends are mutants. Yeah, that was in the Wasteland. Thank you for noticing that one. Thank you. Yes, some of my best friends are mutants. And so we've got popular demon kids. And then we've got some of my best friends are mutants. All right. So Colin will be entering these things as quickly as he can. And because we play Fate, usually with a board and with like sticky notes or note cards where you can write down all these aspects, and then you have them all on the board. You've got a pile of fate points, like some tokens. We use guitar picks for this game if we can. And that's really nice because it actually, like, you guys have character sheets, but like 80 to 90% of what is actually going on in the game is like all on the table in front of you guys. And so that adds a nice thing for people who are like, what is going on again? Oh yeah, demons are around, this and that, boom, boom. All right, let's go. And then you can also do cool callbacks, and it helps with people who have ADD or people who have poor memories like me. And so I'll let you guess which one is that. So anyways, all right, so popular kids have it easy.
Where are you entering this information? Where do we see it?
Yes, it is in our roll 20. And oh yes, did I give you the link to that? Let me throw it in the.
Yeah, I'm in there. I just don't know where that information.
So let's see. I'm kind of in the middle right now. And let's see. Come on now. Give me some kind of unpleasant lag.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
It's
so there we go.
Emerging.
Yes, and then let's do. Some of my best friends are mutants.
And for those that wanted to do aliens, that could be like alien mutant, just so that way your ideas are in there too.
I like all the things.
Just mash it all up and see what comes out. I mean, and that's also plays in with the idea of a musical. Like, you want to have, a variety of different things that keeps it fresh. And so mash up those musical genres, get weird. And and it works mostly. And so, but we do a whole heck of a lot of yes ands, and I let you guys do a lot of the work for me, because that's my strategy as a GM, coming from doing GMing for many years. I like the tips and tricks that let you that save you a lot of work. So that's what I want to teach you guys, is how to GM a little bit more easily with this kind of crunchy, slightly weird game. And so yes, and so what is our final? Oh yeah. Let us see. So we have got a wasteland, we've got a high school, we have got a my best friends are aliens. And then let's do one more world aspect from one of these things. Maybe another rock and roll high school, perhaps one. I mean, there is, even at the end of the world, we still have algebra, which is like silly. There's also, have you seen a girl with hair like this, which is the kind of like romantic potential thing. Personally, I will not be flirting with anyone, but if you guys want to have that high school love interest NPC character, they can exist. And so, but there's also, this is our big break. This is how you guys get out of Sunnydale, perhaps, or whatever.
End of the world, we still have algebra.
It's one of my favorites. So let's do that.
If the demons are on the outside trying to get their way in, I would love that like mishmash of like learning algebra while things are literally like clawing on the windows outside.
But we have to find X.
No,
You have
make
to
the
find
algebra
X.
The way that they're repelled. It's if you don't do your homework, they get a little closer.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
very
yeah.
very The Last Graduate, where if you don't finish your homework, it hunts you down and like takes you out.
I
Yeah,
haven't
if
heard of
you're,
that. That
if
seems
you're
cool.
doing your chemistry homework and you just decide you don't want to do it, all the ingredients will come hunt you down. Or if you do like
Huh.
a half-assed job of it, like your half-assed job, you'll like come in and like it like will immerse you in it. So you have to do a good
Whoa.
job. Your homework will come and get you.
I would not have survived high school if that was true about chemistry.
Well, I think it was like a 20% pass rate. Everyone else dies and the school eats you. So, and that's how the school survives.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know,
Wonderful.
it's a dangerous
Excellent.
algebraic world.
Yes. Excellent. And then, oh yeah, we don't want Devil Went Down to Georgia. We want, there was another one.
We have popular kids have it easy. Some of my best friends are mutants, and even at the end of the world, we still have algebra. That's what I wrote down. So
Yes, great. And so then let's do a pandemonium one. So do we want it's Hell on Earth Man? And so that would be the kind of like the demons are out on the pounding on the walls type of thing. And that's where there's really active armies of the undead wandering, or armies of devils going on. Devil went down to Georgia. They are gambling demons, and so maybe if you can talk your way out of the homework, you don't have to do it. We invented paperwork, and so in that case, there would probably be demon teachers or something like that, or like the idea, like you said, we have to do the paper, like we have to offer like stacks of paper, like stacks of homework, to keep the devils away, and maybe there's scenarios where we anyways, I could rock with that.
I like that. It's kind of like
all
a
the
cabin in the
involved.
woodsy.
Yeah, yeah.
God problems twice.
Awesome. All right. So we invented paperwork. Perfect. Good. So these demons are banging on the walls of your Sunnydale enclave, and but you guys do offerings of homework, of stacks of homework, and if it meets the demons' expectations, then they will like be at bay. And so that's why it's so important that you guys go to school and do a good job. So and that's why the city is devoting major resources I mean, education's really important either way.
Especially important in the apocalypse.
Especially important in the apocalypse. And so wonderful. And so I love it. And so you guys we've got an idea of who your characters are a little bit. We've got an idea of where you live and what you're doing, is doing the best homework you can. And the music is what pulls you guys together. And there's a bunch of different high school bands that are out there. And so let's talk about yours a little bit. We want to think about kind of a name for your band, but that can come afterwards. And then I want to hear a high concept for your band, which is kind of the aspect that describes your band. Is it a shoegaze industrial funk band? Who knows? But you're in the wasteland, and we have a full lineup of guitarist, singer, mix master, stage manager, percussion, backup, anything. You guys got a full band. So what do you guys think you play?
How about this sort of like New Orleans-y, like blues metal type of thing?
Go on.
I'm just thinking of like, there's a Korn just released a cover of Devil Went Down to Georgia not too long ago, and it's very, very good.
Have y'all ever read any Poppy Z Bright?
Mm-mm.
What did you call it? Blues metal? Is that what you said?
Like kind of like bluesy or jazzy metal.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Korn, love it. Blues Brothers crash into Korn. Yes, there is the New Orleans. They often call it sludge. Is the kind of New Orleans metal. If you want to get into the specific subgenre, because there's a whole bunch of bands who just do that, and it's like bluesy metal, and so it's kind of like Southern rock, but it's a lot heavier. And they call it sludge because it almost has this kind of like kind of thing where you feel kind of sucked down into it. And so kind of like blues, but really cranked up with the with like weird industrial down-tuned. Anyways, so it's one of my favorite genres. Go on.
If we're gonna be on the sludge, we could be the sludge jammers.
Love it.
Or anything else. I'm just exceptionally punny. So
yes.
I mean, if we're going to go with like a really on the nose pun, like blue corn with a K would not be bad.
Right. That's right.
Spelled BLU.
Perfect.
yes.
Bleu corn.
Blue corn.
Bleu corn.
I'm not your blue corn.
Or just corn bleu.
Oh, I like it.
Cordon bleu, yeah.
Ooh,
Chord, CHORD.
Oh, beautiful.
Cordon bleu. I love it. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
so good. This is great. Okay, I actually have to make this band in real life now. It's just fantastic.
It's like, all right, I need to learn a bunch of
Cordon
instruments
bleu.
to make this pun work.
You need a xylophone.
Nah, you can just play some rock band.
yeah.
Excellent. And so I'm gonna
Should have like dashes between it, like chord dash on dash bleu.
I love it.
That makes it edgy.
Or
Yes,
British.
are we gonna add umlauts? Cordon bleu with an umlaut on top of it.
Oh, umlaut, yes.
That's how you know it's metal.
Let's just put little hats on things and little slashes through the O's.
Wonderful.
Oh, a slash through the O would be cool too.
Good. All right. So we're doing New Orleans blues metal sludge. Excellent.
Is that a math term, the slash with the O?
Yes, it is. It is an empty set. It means there is no answer. Or
Oh, I love it. It's so good. It works.
It means
so
two
well.
things.
Oh yes, please. What does it mean?
No, I don't have an answer.
But
can
that's not the
only-
whole story.
I feel like that's what the backstage pass gets you is like,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
the O with the slash is like nothing. There is no answer. And all the
Blacker than
groupies are like, oh
black
my
is black
gosh.
times infinity.
Yes. It's very high school
Excellent.
emo.
For reference, just so that whoever's watching doesn't get confused, the chord in Cordon Bleu has a H in it, like a musical chord, I think is what we were saying.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's good.
I might
And
change it to a K to honor the corn reference.
Ooh.
wonderful. I'm so into it. Good. All right. So you guys are this chord, CHORD, excellent. Cordon Bleu. Good. Thank you. Good. That will fix itself here in a second. And so awesome. All right. So I am hyped about this band that is coming together. And so you guys are, we've got Cordon Bleu. And so obviously we've got the Battle of the Bands will be coming up soon. Every year there is a big Battle of the Bands. And you guys are and because maybe, I mean, are you guys trying to get out of Sunnydale? Or are you guys trying to
We're just
you guys
trying to
committed
graduate,
this?
man.
We're just trying to graduate, yeah.
Graduate. That's right.
Not
life
everybody gets out.
expectancy- That's right. Yeah, life expectancy is short in Sunnydale. So who worries about beyond that? And so, but otherwise, you are but the Battle of the Bands is to show off that you guys are the best band, because Cordon Bleu is obviously the best band of the high school. No one else can hold a candle to you. And but you know, you guys spend a lot of time doing homework. You can't practice quite as much as you want. It's the wasteland. I mean, it's the wasteland. Like, you've got demons tearing up your windows at night if you guys don't do your homework. And so maybe you don't have the best gear yet. Tell me, what is Cordon Bleu missing, and what do you guys need to kind of help prepare yourselves for the upcoming Battle of the Bands? Tour bus. Yes, and it's got to
Bars
be
on
demon
the
proof.
windows.
It's got to be reinforced. It's got to have
Reinforced
like oh my god,
Gotta
tour
have
bus.
like a rocket engine and like ejector button seats, like a James Bond meets, I don't know, some sort of like
Stadium
Terminator
speakers on
speed
top.
bus.
I like that. The speakers.
Yeah.
Yes. Love it. Excellent. And so that is a great idea, because you guys probably have some kind of jalopy thing that you get around on. But you want that fucking proper tour bus. And one of you guys has a hookup at the junkyard and some cool, maybe
You just used our F-bomb, Colin.
I did. I am so sorry. We usually try and keep this PG-13, but I think the wheels have come off a little on that. And
Almost immediately. The wheels came off almost immediately. Speaking
that was the one.
speaking of
The wheels on the bus came off. We need to get
They
this back on,
they
guys.
did. Instead of
speaking of
going around.
jalopies.
Yeah. Yes. And so that's great. So one of you guys has a hookup at the Sunnydale junkyard.
That'll be me.
That'll be
That
you.
sounds right.
Perfect.
That makes sense.
That's right, because Adam is our percussionist. Love it. And so Nick Stagger, what kind of it's gonna take some work, you know, but it's got the bones of the tour bus that you want. Are we talking old school bus, old 18-wheeler? What kind of thing?
RV.
There is an old British double-decker bus.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be perfect for defending off of like the demons, because guys could stand on top and like play.
Yeah.
Oh,
We do concerts from up top too, if it's one of like the open ones on top.
Yes.
You could like
Oh, like
ride
a
away
tour
while like
bus?
playing.
Like a tour bus.
yes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Excellent. So this is what you are hoping to get. And so you just got So Nick, you just got the phone call like, hey Nick, like we gotta, you're my boy. We're gonna hook you up. Like this just rolled in. We're gonna give you first dibs, but you got to get over here quick. And so are you guys at your practice space? Are you guys gonna be cut in class? Like where are you kind of all at right now? Generally, kind of just thinking.
What time of day is it?
We get to pick, I think.
You get the
Okay.
phone call. It's going to be it's going to be before all the other high school kids get there. So it's going to be like a morning or afternoon phone call. So maybe to get there early, you got to ditch class. I will. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
You got to ditch class. You got to get out of there. How are you guys getting out of class? Maybe it's at lunch. I don't know. Let's say you got to ditch class. How do you get out of there?
Are we all in the same class together?
Classic dead grandmother.
Classic dead grandmother. Do you guys have to
Classic.
play at the funeral?
My grandmother's already died 5 times this year. Someone else has to do it this time.
My grandmother like actually died though because of like the demon thing. So
Yeah, but
you
it's like
mean like made up? Okay.
Yeah.
No, we have to exercise grandma again. And I mean,
Oh,
we
yeah,
have to get
yeah.
demons out of her.
Totally. Yeah. I feel that.
hey guys, it can't be my grandma because if she died, the devils would definitely know.
I'll volunteer my grandma. She's a bitch anyway.
So we have a sacrifice. We all agreed. Okay. So if we like offer up your grandma, who's like, she's lived enough. And, like
More than
that'll get
enough.
us out.
We're not actually killing her, right?
We just offer her up. We don't know. Maybe she'll be like a hopeful-
It's in the fate of her fate's in the hands of the overlords.
Fair enough.
Wonderful. Okay, excellent.
We're
So
gonna
that
offer up
is,
grandma.
we're gonna offer up grandma. Grandma passed away. You got to get out of, you got to convince your teachers. Excellent, and that's great. And so, you guys, grandma. And so, whose grandma is it? All right, it's Nikki's grandma. And so, Nikki, you
Yes.
are playing our bassist, and
Yes.
so let's pull you up. Let's do a skill check. And
Ooh,
so
fancy.
for you, I know, so you're going to be our warm up, and so you are playing. Oops, wrong button.
I made some edits to my character sheet.
Good.
I put in my name and I put in the last aspect.
Perfect. Good. I was hoping everybody would do that too. And so you have a number of skills. And so let's
do.
pick a skill for you to use for this. I mean, you could use lore maybe to talk about your grandma and about why it's so important that you guys got to go. You could use, I mean, often like deceit is a way to go about this, but
I don't have that on my skill sheet.
don't have that on your skills sheet. You are not a good liar.
What is I am not a good liar. What are like resources? Like can you sort of give me like a quick rundown?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So resources are like material things. And so if you wanted to produce like a note,
Okay.
that would say like, oh, like, we got to leave early because the scenario, like the wake is tonight. Here's the brochure. Stealth would just be straight up sneaking out. Like, you got that excuse if you need it, but hopefully we're just gonna steal, get everybody out of there, and or maybe you're gonna be good about this in the sneaky way. Drive is your ability to drive, and so
like
that's
actually like drive a vehicle.
actually drive. Yes,
Okay.
good question. Yes, because yes, it could be emotional drive, and so that's
what I thought it was actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to World of Darkness werewolf rules, where drive actually means drive. Why do werewolves drive things? Anyways,
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Oh, it's much longer than we have time for.
I assume crafts is not witchcrafts. Is it like actual like make a lanyard or
yeah, like make a lanyard, like pull something out. Like that would be, you would be doing that yourself. And so notice would be kind of finding the right person to like give your excuse to.
Okay.
and be like, oh, I got an in with this person, and they'll let us out if we tell them anything, but I got to tell them something. That's what I
Okay.
would imagine. And then the other kind of musical things are that is more if we wanted to do an actual like song to kind of
Okay.
start getting through some of this stuff. But I
And
figured we just
what about physique?
that would be you showing off your muscles
Welcome to the
or
gun
doing
show.
something. Yeah, maybe you're doing gun show, or maybe you're just doing like, yeah, anything that involves like physical strength. And
Okay.
so yeah,
So
breaking down a door, something like that.
Can I help Anne
Please.
with crafts? Because if I use crafts and like I
Yes.
feel like I could cobble together some sort of like sad tear drippy note, you know, so that the handwriting isn't too important, and that would give Anne a +3. Is that correct? Advantages you create with crafts provide +3 when used by fellow band members as long as we're not performing.
Oh yeah, perfect, good. So you
Is that
do
like the
your
help
crafts
action? Is
roll.
that what that is?
Yes, and so that is the so you would be creating a benefit. The game breaks down to creating an advantage. And yeah, so you would be helping create an advantage for your team in that case. So awesome. So we would do a you would create a thing called a yeah, let's do your roll. And do you want to invest any fate points in this before you're doing your resource or your your crafts roll? You can draw fate points from all of the aspects. Ignore the industrial grind beat that will come up in a little bit. But all of the blue aspects have two free uses on them. Each fate point is a +2 bonus on top of your roll, and you can use as many as you want. You just have to justify it narratively.
Okay. I don't know how to use an aspect, one of my aspects.
Excellent question. So let me, yeah, what does that actually mean? And so yes, you're the guitarist. And so so for example, so like we invented paperwork is like there is, as we mentioned, the demons feed on completed homework. And so there's probably a bunch of spare forms around and things like that you could probably steal from an office or have on hand. And you guys constantly have like writing implements around. And so in terms of forging a handwritten note and something like that, the idea that we invented paperwork is a potential benefit to that kind of thing. And if you wanted to dig into that and get a bonus for your roll, I would take one of these off of one of the guitar picks off of that, and that would use kind of one of the resources for that in the game, but you would get a bonus. And
is it the same idea with the personal aspects?
Same idea with the personal aspects. Everyone has three fate points that they start out with, and then and so you can use those to evoke, to activate any of your personal aspects, and that draws from your personal pool of fate points.
Okay, so I guess I'll draw from I don't think any of my personal aspects relate to this at all. So I'll draw one from the group
You're the guitar player, so you're hiding from the man. And so you might have some experience in forging things, or maybe you spent some time in juvie or something like that. And so maybe you picked up, maybe it's not your first time to forge a note.
Yeah.
Can I throw in my my perfectionist and make sure that, like, the right ink is being used and the right, the appropriate pressure, and like, you have to make this look like legit, like it was written by I don't know, our parents.
Yep.
So I'm gonna throw in my assistance here too, because Cindy is great at being deceitful.
You can deliver the note.
Totally.
Yes.
Excellent.
I start slicing an onion that you don't know where I found it, so I can get the tears.
Oh my god.
How do you like drip on the note to get the tear stain?
Tear stain on the ink.
Yeah. Okay, so I take off the fate point off of my fate point chart thingy.
So I will grab that off of you.
Oh, you take it
off. Yeah, so I'll just keep track of this stuff. And
so I don't do it on the character sheet.
No, I mean, you can if you want to for keep tracking of your notes, but at least, yeah, if you don't want to pay attention to the roll 20, then look at your keep it on track of your character sheet. But for now, I've got picks underneath everybody's
Oh, I see.
characters to represent how many personal hit points they have. And oh yeah, we have 2 guitarists on here. Let's see, which one are you? Are you the sweet black lady or are you the ghost guitarist? Oh yeah, you're Draken Zed. Excellent. So let's move this guy so I can keep track of him. And you are the cool black lady, Rocket. And Eric got amazing art for Rockalypse, and it's amazing and beautiful. And I've seen people just like hug him and be like, oh my God, I love it. So anyways, awesome. So we have a pile of fate points here that we're going to be adding up. And let's keep the We Invented Paperwork one on the board for future reference. And then
so I have a fate point removed as well, if I'm understanding this correctly.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so
All
you are the, let's see, he's our bassist. And so
Damn.
yes. And
I'm gonna use my my character sheet because it makes more sense to my brain.
yes, keep it. Yeah. Either or. What makes sense to your brain is what matters. And so great. So we're going to be adding 3 total fate points to this. And that will give you a +6 on top of your whatever your normal bonus is for forging this note, Haley.
Great. So I roll crafts.
Yes. So push that little button next to crafts. Excellent. And
Bink.
so you got a 2, and then we
Jeez.
add 6
the
on
noise it
top of
makes.
that. And so your total is an 8, which on the fate scale is kind of like a legendary attempt. And so your note is of legendary quality. And so obviously no one is going to dispute this. And Nikki, tell us about what's it like delivering this note? What's that?
Oh,
what's
I'm the one who's delivering it.
who is, or maybe I was thinking so. Yeah, it's your grandma.
That's true. It is my grandma. All right,
Like,
that makes the most sense.
Katie's going with you and like holding you,
Okay.
like really like
Shredding
amping
support.
it up. You know? You start laughing and Katie's like, you're having such a hard time.
All right. All right. Serious game face. Serious Anne. All right. Walk down the hall and go into the, I don't know, administrator's office and just burst into tears and hand her the note. Hand the administrative assistant the note.
Excellent. Yeah, they're working the desk, and they said, "Oh no, like I'm so sorry. Like what's wrong? What's wrong? Get your note." And I'm like, "Oh no, your grandmother died." You know, and she kind of says, "You know, if you guys were doing your homework a little more often, maybe people wouldn't be dying so much."
I just sob louder.
And Cindy
was a
just
deep
kind
cut.
of first takes a whiff of the onion and is sobbing, and it's just like, it was either her grandmother or you. Have a heart.
Oh my God, that's so generous of you. Oh my God.
You have so much left to live for.
You're so much younger.
And you should. That's right.
Don't make her sacrifice in vain. Have a heart before they take yours too.
You're so right. We've got to appreciate the time we've got left. You never know when it's your time. She grabs the big like rubber stamp and like
Approved.
As many, gives you the stamp for all 6 passes that you're like, it's 1, it's 2, it's all 6. Just like, as many of you need. You go out there and you enjoy that time, you kids.
Thank you.
Enjoy the funeral.
You just make it the best funeral you possibly can.
Celebration of life.
Mm.
Maybe she's Irish.
We're gonna play great music.
Awesome. And so you all meet in the high school parking lot, and you guys are going to go out to the junkyard to check out this cool double-decker bus. And so awesome. So let's do. So how you got to get there? So you're going to be driving there. We got this beat
I can
up
drive.
junker. Excellent. We got a driver. What do you drive? What do you guys get around in now? Because it ain't good.
Pickup truck.
Pickup truck.
An old VW Beetle for all of us.
All have to climb in the
Clown
Beetle.
car.
One of us like folds into the trunk.
Nick has actually just taken a bunch of stuff from the junkyard and has fashioned himself like a seat on top.
Oh yeah, and a sidecar.
Oh, a sidecar. That's even better.
That's as big as the VW Beetle. Because they're so small.
Oh, that's so good. Excellent. Well, because you gotta have space for all your weird percussion instruments that you play with, because you'll play anything once.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nick sees that like bag that all the demons like stuff the paperwork into so that they can carry it all around. And he's been eyeing one of those to carry all of his percussion stuff.
That's awesome. Good. A bag of many things. Amazing. All right. Aaron, what do you think about we driving right now? It's not ideal. You're the singer, so you're get around in this like bug. You're flashy. Where do you sit in this bug?
Yeah,
Sit
well,
on top.
I'm the star. I mean, it's all about me. So I'm right up front. I'm shotgun. I'm not going to drive. I mean, I have my nails. I mean, I got to think of that. I mean, yeah, I'm shotgun. I'm waving out the window. I mean, they all see me coming, and it's embarrassing because it's a jalopy, it's falling apart. It's got some rust. It makes a weird sound, and the brakes squeak, and I'm just like a little embarrassed, but I'm loud, so maybe they don't hear it.
That's just the sound of your ego.
Oh, that's so good.
Love you, man. Love
Excellent. Greg, how do you fit into this thing? You're the stage manager.
The practical side says we're going to need cargo space. So I'm going to hook half an Airstream trailer up to the back.
And that's how you get by. Yes, because it's only half an Airstream trailer.
I'm just picturing a little bug.
What half? Is it the bottom half, the top half, the left half?
The left half? Yeah.
The left half. Good.
Left
It just got cut in half.
They have like a sidecar on one side and then this half on the other.
Yes.
I hope this thing never has to turn. Or back up.
That's what duct tape is.
I
Duct
am
tape.
an excellent driver.
No one could
Noted.
drive this well.
This
I'm
is how
actually,
Cordon Bleu gets around. Sorry.
That's right. We have our name like spray painted on the side.
Excellent. So good. Yeah, but the drawing on the side of the bug is so small compared to what's going to be on the side of that double-decker bus.
Oh, it's gonna be
You need to
sweet.
get ready. Awesome. So you guys pile in there. You got your instruments because you never leave home without it.
That's
And so you get on the highway to get to the junkyard. And but you got to get there fast. It's traffic. How are you guys getting there quickly? I guess maybe Nikki's driving, but I'm up for anyone. Maybe Greg. How are we getting through this horrible traffic? How are we getting ahead of the crowd? You racing? You weaving? Are we taking the back roads? What do you think?
The back roads are a waste of time. Sitting in traffic's a waste of time. I think shoulder all the way there.
Just shoulder. Just jump on the shoulder. That's the plus of
Start
being in a
shoulder,
bug.
stay in the shoulder, stop in the shoulder. Yep.
Plus, if you hit those little rumble strips, it like gives you like a really cool like.
It's a percussionist.
Yeah, like as we're hitting the rumble strips, like Nick is thinking in the back of his head,
So you like sampling the
I like
sounds.
this. I like this beat. Yeah. Do 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 do.
Much faster.
You like zoom on and off.
Yeah.
I just look back, give the side eye, and crank it into the shoulder.
God, you guys are
By
real
the way,
monsters.
if anybody wants to look in the Zoom chat, I have made a band like album cover for us for our
Oh.
debut album for the prop.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, it's so good. Wow. Okay, we've never had
Whoa.
art made for the game before. This is beautiful.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Part 19.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, that is
That's
awesome.
where the
looking.
fate point.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
You get
yeah,
a fate
that's
point,
where the fate points.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm super inspired now to live up to this art.
Shout out for the Saints symbol at the bottom.
Mhm.
Nala,
Very
who
well
dat?
done.
Who dat?
Ah. That's amazing.
Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Excellent. And so you are playing the percussionist, so you're gonna get an extra fate point. That's dope. And Crits get a fate point. Crits gets a fate point for pulling that up on the screen, on the stream. So and excellent. So you guys are going down the shoulder. And so you guys are and so we have got this the demons invented paperwork, and the popular kids have it easy.
Because they're
good.
demons.
Because they're demons. Excellent. You're driving down the shoulder, and before long there's a car in front of you that's also driving on the shoulder,
No.
and you recognize that car. It is a rival band from your high school. One of the popular kids. You see that car in the parking lot regularly.
It's got like a
And-
demon on the school board who like there's like a blind eye, like a literal blind eye, like
Yes.
to their kids getting out. So they can just like cut class whatever they want. Nobody cares.
These punks, they can cut class whenever they want. They do it all the time. They didn't have to forge any grandma excuses.
don't
And
have
so
to kill
that's
their
how they got
grandmas.
ahead of you.
I want it to be because they're actually really good at algebra. Like all demons.
Total demon. That's how you know. They always know where X is.
It's like they get the problems ahead of time.
Mm.
Oh,
Ahead of time. Like time.
good point. Well, they are in your way. And are you just going to tolerate being just driving behind them this whole way? Looks
I
they're going
ram
to the
into
same
them.
spot as you.
Music.
I was about to say, right before the ramming, like Nick looks over and like makes eye contact with some of the stronger personalities in the group and just goes and like pulls the two drumsticks out of nowhere like he's ready.
Yes. Excellent. Because you will be ramming into them musically. Because this is the game of musical conflict.
That's right.
And so,
We're gonna hurt them with our chords.
You're gonna hurt them with your chords. Excellent. Black and blue.
I
And-
turn the volume up on my amp. to
Black and blue.
maximum. Like,
I'm ready. Blue on black. tears on the river.
No, hold on. We have to do it musically.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I make eye contact. Nikki, you're driving, right?
Yes.
And I go
I-
switch with me, and I am going to like do percussion with the cars bashing into each other.
Ooh.
Ah,
I like it.
yes.
Better hope that duct tape holds.
Now we're talking.
I've got extra.
Awesome. Excellent. And so
I'm thinking of like that OK Go video where they did the entire thing driving the car into stuff.
oh my God, that's so good. I haven't seen that one. That's awesome. I'll be watching that tonight. So awesome. All right, so Nick, you are grabbing the wheel. You're going to be making some beats to start things out. And so we are going to be we did a little skill check to get the game going, but now we're doing an actual musical conflict. So we're going to do a quick little song of you guys doing this. And so the way songs work are there are 4 different possible sections, and so we don't roll initiative, but you pick which part of the song that you want to participate in, and that dictates where you guys go. And so you can the first option is overcome obstacles. I have not set up any obstacles for you particularly at the moment, but if I had some of those things on the board, you would be overcoming them. That might come into play later.
I have a question.
Please.
So I have a thing called Start the Groove, which says gain an additional free invoke on the first advantage you create with rhythm during a song. Can you explain that to me? Because I'm assuming it's something that I should use first.
Good point. Excellent. Yes. So that is some jargon. And and so yes, so a free invoke. And so yes, Start the Groove. And that is our bassist. And so Start the Groove is and you create good, perfect, excellent. So so that jargon is free invoke is basically free invokes are the guitar picks that we've got on the aspects that are on the table. And so if you create an advantage for your team, we'll put that on the board, and you are going to get an extra bonus guitar pick on that.
Okay. Sweet.
And so based on how good you guys do, you'll get, when you create a new aspect for the scene, which is probably going to be an advantage for your group, you will come up with the name of that aspect, perhaps industrial grind beat, or whatever, or driving rhythm in the actual like driving. And based on your roles, you'll add 1, 2, or 3 like guitar picks on that, which they call free evokes. So that's what that means. But yeah, so so you are going to be, you can do that.
Can I lay down some sick beats?
Heck yeah. What kind of beat are you going to be laying down?
A spicy bass line.
Spicy bass line. Excellent. Spicy
Thinking
bass
like a flea.
Oh yeah, getting weird.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, good. And so you are going to be doing that. If you're doing a bass line, you're going to be probably using rhythm, and then and that,
sounds
so
right.
that's your skill. And then we are going to think about how many fate points you want to throw on top of this spicy bass line. You can use personal fate points or things on the board.
Okay.
So it has like, for example, New Orleans Blues, Metal Sludge. Do you guys do bass lines like this often? Is this a familiar spicy bass line?
I think it is a familiar spicy bass line.
So you guys know this. Good.
I'm a perfectionist. Of course I know this.
Oh yes, excellent. And so we would take 1 off of that. That'll give you a +2 on top of it.
Okay.
Anything else you want to throw on top of here? Because you can use as many bonuses as you want.
I think something I learned from my demon friends in school was how to kind of short across the sonic or the acoustic amplifier to get to go from not just to turn it up to 10 or 11, but to 27.
Oh man. So that would be maybe some of my best friends are aliens or something like that.
Some of my best friends are aliens.
Excellent. We can go beyond it.
Acoustic amplifiers.
Perfect. So those are installed.
It makes an otherworldly sound.
Literally.
Oh, it's so good.
You don't need ears to hear it.
Yeah.
You can smell it.
Good.
I can taste the
Extra-dimensional
colors.
funk. That's so good. Excellent.
It
So
tastes like ham, cheese, and chicken.
excellent. So hit the plus sign next to your rhythm roll, Nikki, and then we will create your spicy bass line. And so
did
we
I
got
hit it too many times?
No, you got it right.
Okay. Good.
Perfect. And so you got a 4 normally, and then we add 4 on top of that. So you got another legendary success.
Sweet.
And so your spicy baseline is very spicy, and you even get a bonus one from because this is using your stunt, which is basically kind of like a feat, like a thing that is like a passive bonus, like a passive ability that you can kind of activate.
Is there anything that I need to like toggle on my sheet?
No.
Okay.
No, good question. Good. And so that's your action for this round.
I'm satisfied.
And so anyone else want to, so you can be creating advantages, you will be potentially doing attacks, which is sending your verse or your however you are attacking. You can either attack using it's rhythm, not rhythm. You can only melody. Yes, you can attack. Yes. So you attack with melody and you attack with rhyme. That's how you send attacks over.
I don't have any rhyme, I don't think. I just have
You don't need it. Your mix master does your rhyming for you.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so you guys can maybe go back and forth. And so if you wanted to, Aaron, so the mix master and the singer are the kind of two attackers.
Nice.
For the group.
Well, it says that if the melody is being played, I can also play harmony as an attack.
Oh,
but
sweet.
only if the fellow blamer has already attacked with melody. So is that a separate attack, or is that all resolved in the same?
That would be, I would say that would be, we could do all that in the same turn. We would just have Aaron kind of lead that attacking round. So
I'm not sure like how often we should be, like I need to be contributing to each of these different parts. Like, how important is it to participate in any of these sections?
Well, everyone gets one action.
Okay.
And so
okay.
you can
okay.
either, so
Everyone
you can
gets
pick which one you want to use.
I see. Okay.
So you can either create an advantage, you can send over an attack, or you can defend your team, which is the last thing that happens because both bands send over attacks at the same time. So yeah. So yeah, Haley, if Draken wanted to get in on Zing's play off of her melody, you can totally bust in with basically be coming in with a guitar solo kind of thing.
Sick.
Yeah, I can counterpoint.
Yeah, so cool. So excellent. So then how about we have Haley and Aaron hold off until attacks. And then anyone else want to, before that, create advantages for the team. You've got a spicy baseline getting started. We've got Adam, you were thinking about doing your driving rhythm. Call it whatever you want.
Driving rhythm. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. So the way that I'm envisioning this is like, that sometimes like when people hit like the snare drum, but like in metal music, it sounds like glass breaking. It is like actually glass breaking.
So smart. That's so good. Yes. Okay, excellent. So we're gonna be doing
the mix master is gonna do the rhyme wordsmith to create some advantage here and add a +3 when defending. So like preparing for what may come.
Good. Yes, excellent. So you're gonna be holding up.
Just like rhyming on everything, including like trying to rhyme with the sound of shattering glass, but that's not
Awesome. Excellent. So you are jumping in, but you are really holding back to be doing the defending because these popular kids are going to be, they're probably in a convertible. They're in something that just like face punchable type vehicle. Maybe a Hummer. Oh God. I grew up in Texas. And so the popular kids had like Hummers and shit. Anyways.
Colin, one of my stunts has got the music in me, but I don't see it on the PDF. Do you know what that goes under?
Oh, excellent. So, sorry if I didn't, you are the, the guitarist got cut off, I think. On the PDF.
Yeah, but not the stunts are on here. And got the music in me is one of the stunts, but I don't see it on the PowerPoint, so I don't have the
I see it on page 16 under physique.
Oh, it was in a physique. Okay. Sorry, but they were all under here. Okay, thank you. Never mind. Continue.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, gotcha. Excellent. Okay, cool. Good. Yes. So great. So, all right. So driving rhythm from Adam, and you are, what aspects, what bonuses do we want to throw on top of this? You've got a spicy baseline to work off of, already getting things started. So you can know you're something to work off of on that.
Laying down some sick beats.
That's right. You know, there are personal aspects you could throw on here. You'll play anything once. So I like the idea of you playing other people's cars. So how about we take one off of your personal thing?
Sounds good.
So you're going to be doing a +2 on top of that. And then what is lose is cool if people don't calm down. Ooh, that's a good aspect too. So excellent. Okay, cool. So we'll be doing one personal aspect from you. And then what kind of stuff on the board do you want to draw from? Not a bad time to grab one from Spicy Baseline, because an important thing is there are blue aspects are the like they're going to stick around. They're here for the whole game. Red aspects are scene aspects. And so at the end of this scene, at the end of this song, they're going to go away. So use them or lose them is the kind of thing. So cool. And so we do one from yourself and then one from Spicy Baseline. That gives you a +4 bonus on top of your own roll. So let's do it.
And we're doing the rhythm roll, right?
Okay, 3. So that's a 7. Great. You guys are getting big things. So that's an epic success.
Glorious.
Or like an epic thing. And so awesome. So let's do we'll just do 2 for this one. Yeah, I can't remember my exact boundaries for 2 + 3, but there are a matter. So driving rhythm is getting that started, and so that's we've got 2 out of our 6. We've got 1 defending, we've got 2 attacking, and so that leaves Greg.
Yep.
Maybe. Do you want to create an advantage? Do you want to attack? Or do you want to defend?
So I have I was reading that out of the spotlight, advantage you create with crafts providing a +3 when used by fellow band members.
Yes.
So so I can grant a +3 to one of the, does it have to be one of the attacks?
So that would be creating an aspect or an advantage. And so you said out of the spotlight, yes. And so advantages you create, excellent. So you would be doing it with crafts. And so what you would be creating, you'd be building something, and you would be doing that to create an advantage for your team. And so but it has to be built. And what are you going to make? Are we talking pyrotechnics? Are we talking laser light show? Are you what are you building? Are you building a NOS module for this van? Or like for your for the bug?
Laser light show with just laser pointers that we stole from like teachers at work.
What is he gonna pull out?
Not his character. So like not his character. I'm just imagining Greg standing on top of this beetle, just like waving laser pointers around.
Kind of like the airport people, like.
What's coming out of your kit bag, Greg? Lasers. What do you feel like?
Yeah, that's fine.
Excellent. All right. And so we're going to be using some of the bonuses or some of the aspects on the table. Do you want to, and you're building stuff. So what makes you good at building, and what is relevant in the story to build stuff?
So I, as an aspect, carry around a big bag of gear.
Excellent.
Yeah, you do. Like a good manager.
I'll put that on a t-shirt. That'll be our merch.
Great. So that's a personal aspect. Excellent. And then and so this is going to be, you're going to be building something. You've got driving rhythm, or you could be grabbing components off of other people's cars.
Sure.
You're smashing into them.
The pieces that Adam knocks off, I'll grab and use. Reflector,
Like that.
yeah, confetti.
Like the glass can serve almost like a prism for the lasers
That's right.
you're building.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
yeah,
get this
yeah.
All out of this yet.
Mhm.
About halfway through, when it looks like
Such a great
we're losing,
band.
we're in that like underdog moment. That's when Greg's character pulls out like the secret button and he hits it, and then like all of the headlights on the vehicles turn into the laser light show.
Awesome. Good. Yes, because our this is great. Yes, and because the other band has engaged you guys in combat or in musical combat, and so they've got their their preppy convertible car. And Aaron, what kind of band do you imagine these popular demon kids play in?
Oh, just some kind of mellow, like, just, not, it doesn't have much personality. Everyone likes it. Like, we have so much unique personality. We're just all like, it's loud, it's fun, and they're not like that. They're just popular, They want everyone to like them, not so much
Yes, and so they're bland.
bland.
Oh, that's so good. Excellent. So anyways, here's Wonderwall.
Not even Wonderwall, but like Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
I was thinking Kenny G, but for high schoolers.
I was gonna say waiting room music.
Here, but
What was that, Kritz?
Yeah.
Weather Channel music.
please enjoy this music while you're being right.
It's like, no, I've got it, because we're like this like soulful but like metal New Orleans bluesy thing. This is just like crappy freeform jazz.
Oh yes.
Spicy.
Oh yes, crappy freeforms. Oh my goodness, excellent. Yeah, it's with some guy with an oboe like
Sun
pops
Ra
out.
warms up.
Or like a clarinet or whatever that is.
Like they don't have any rhythm, and yet they're
That's
trying
the
to do
worst.
jazz.
It's really cool if you like listen.
Oh my god.
Get it or
yes.
you just out the jazz beat.
Oh my god, yes.
Might just be over your non-horned heads. We don't know.
You're a demon, you'd understand.
So,
Oh yes, excellent. Well,
Don't
they
forget
are
Taylor.
yeah, you hear like the hi-hats, coming in. And exactly, snake jazz.
Then he just lets out a massive yawn. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you playing?
Excellent. And so they are creating some advantages for themselves. So he's gonna be, so we've got like hi-hats of Discord and hi-hat. We've got some other things going on here. So let's do a rhythm roll for him. Mediocre. Okay. As I do a little bit of and then they've got resources. So they have, even though they're mellow, they're louder than you.
got, like, all that demon cash. Getting them the
It's that demon cash. They have a really nice sound system.
Yeah.
Yup. And it's built in, it's not strapped on.
Hey, not everything that's built in is better.
Yes, that's right. So
We had to earn our stuff.
and excellent. So the lane snake jazz is starting on this demon band, and they're playing back at you. And so And so next thing we do after, and so let me write down, let's get Greg, let's do your roll. I got distracted. So let's do your resource roll. Awesome, excellent. So you got another legendary success. And so we use up those fate points.
We're awesome.
You guys are getting big rolls. And there are or like legendary attempt. And so the are behind the screen for fate. If I was caring more about this game, then I care a lot about this game, but I don't care about the crunch of this. I'm here for the game, right? If we were playing more hard fate, I would be like setting a difficulty for these kind of things. And then you would be like, we would kind of be doing some comparisons. And so like, all right, this is for this, laser light show to work off, I think that's a great challenge. And so you have to beat like a +4. And so there's like some pluses and minuses and you can do for that. But I just like take the ladder and I just look at it and we kind of go from there. So that it's a little less math personally, but that's kind of one of my little house rules is I don't personally take the time as a game master to decide the difficulty for each individual skill checks. Care more about what you guys roll. So and so kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, I could be adding a layer of crunch to this, but I ain't. So, and that's why everything sounds awesome because that's what I care more about. And so, and that's why you guys aren't getting fair and good results and things like that. No, you are getting epic results, you're getting legendary results, you're getting fantastic results, and those are kind of rules as written because this game is about having fun.
I do like fun.
We like fun. And
fun is not wrong.
Fun is not wrong. And so anyways, there's my little side tangent for the crunchy bits because somebody might be in the nobody in the chat has said Colin, you're running fate wrong. And no one said it yet. They haven't caught me yet. But anyways, so all right, moving on. So we have all right, so you got a 4, you got an 8, legendary laser light show strapped together. And what, all right, so great. And so that is legendary. We're gonna give you 3 evokes on that. And then we will move on to the attacking phase where Aaron will be opening things up with Fizz on mic. And tell me about the harmony that you're gonna be, or melody that you're starting out.
Melody. Okay, so I am just going to we have a microphone. Okay, so maybe our speaker system isn't so great, but the microphone has this awesome like echo thing. It's like a pedal, but it's not, we don't even have a pedal. But it like makes this echo effect, so my melody carries. So if I sing loud, it'll like echo louder and it'll like take on these other dimensions. It's like almost like a hypnotic kind of psychedelic sound. It's like pretty amazing. Yeah. So maybe
That's
we don't
awesome.
have volume, but we have like this awesome melodic kind of effect.
Yes. Excellent.
The D&D name for this item will be the Mic of Entropy.
Excellent.
I like it.
That's amazing. And so that kind of comes from the popular kids. I think that is an evoke on the popular kids have it easy. They might have it better, but we got it cooler.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so you've had to deal with not having quite as loud of a sound system. So you figured out how to get that reverb, but work it.
Yes.
And so that's awesome. And so, but also you're impeccably flashy. I mean, you have, maybe this mic is part of your,
it's bedazzled.
It's bedazzled.
Very bedazzled.
Wonderful. And and also, you've got the option of my voice is my power, like either, any of those kind of personal aspects. I like my voice is my power for this one.
I forgot about that one. Yes, let's do that. Yes.
Let's do that one because it really works with the idea of the layering. And so, and that's great. And that's how fate works well for building cool stories where you flesh things out and you remember things. And that's why I like aspects, because you're like, oh yeah, that is cool. And so, because sometimes in the moment, you don't remember everything. And so that's why I like to have things on the bit table. And that's why it's important for the GM to look at your character's player sheets when you guys are, if you do end up GMing fate, it's very important to look at your characters, that's at your player characters, and that's why I use pregens, the same pregens every time. I should have them memorized, and that way
It's a lot
I
to
know what
keep
your
track
aspects
of.
are. It's a lot to keep track of because you want to be able to kind of tip things and play off of stuff. So, but my personal thing is, listen, you read your players' character sheets. It saves you a lot of trouble as GM. Because they have everything that they want to already on there. They want to throw fireballs. They've got the fireball spell memorized. Okay, cool. Let's give them a pile of goblins to throw fireballs at.
Pile of goblins.
Not you, Fizz, not you.
Not you, Fizz. No, a pile of kobolds.
There we go.
Goblin in German is kobold.
Kobold, yeah.
Amazing. So then we will, and excellent. So you're doing an attack. And so attacks are a big thing. And so let's throw some more fate points on this and hit them hard because they're going to be defending against this. So usually you want things to be big. And as I mentioned, the scene aspects are only going to be around for this specific scene. And also we are kind of getting close to the end of the game. And so this might just be a 1-round song. And so let's break it down with a big old solo, like this awesome melody. And then Haley's going to come in with a killer solo. And then Katie's gonna keep this together. So awesome.
I think I'm doing counterpoint. I'm actually counterpointing the melody, apparently.
Oh, yes, you are. Yes. So you're gonna be counterpointing. Awesome. And so we'll get to you here in a little bit. But Aaron, awesome. And so great. And so we've got this reverby, Mikey thing going on. And so this seems to play well. I mean, you've got the driving rhythm smashing and kind of building this intensity. So we can throw one on there. I like it. And I mean, and this is kind of like trippy and kind of building. I mean, that seems to tie into the laser light show well. So we'll throw one on there for that. And then and interrupt me if you want to come up with any ideas yourself.
I have one for my harmony, but let me know if we're not there yet.
Oh yeah, not there yet.
Okay.
But almost.
Any
other ideas, Aaron? Oh yeah.
I have a thing called overpowering bass. But that seems like, if I'm going to use D&D terms, like a reaction. Am I correct in that?
So let me double check that one. Overpowering bass, once per song. Good question. And so that is bass player. So normally you cannot attack with rhythm. Rhythm is only used for defending. And so this is a way to kind of bend the rules a little bit. A lot of your stunts let you bend the rules.
I see.
And so that's why, because normally you wouldn't be able to attack with rhythm.
Okay.
But you can do that, and it takes a little bit of a physical toll on you.
Okay.
So good question. So excellent. All right, Aaron, we got a +8 coming on top of your roll.
Ooh.
Nice.
So
Nice.
You ready to do that roll, or do you want to throw any more points on top of this?
I was trying to think about something else I could add. I think my next highest are will and resources. I don't really know. I think I'm good. I don't know how I could use will.
Oh, yeah. It would be picking other aspects that are on the board, basically.
Oh, I was looking at my thing. Never mind.
I mean, you might be able to, channel the fact you're actually really good at algebra because you've got like X and they are Y, and you know how to create a parabola of sound to come smashing down.
Do that.
God,
That's so good.
Use the algebra against them.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna negative number you into oblivion infinity.
I love it.
Squared.
Oh, I'm so into it. Okay, excellent. All right, that's great. So that's a +10 on top of your roll. And so let's pull up your character sheet and hit the little plus button next to your melody.
All right, there we go. Let's see.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay, excellent. So we've got a 4 on your normal roll, and then we add 10 points on top of that. So that is 14 points of musical
Just
like
obliterate them.
power coming at them.
Flatten their curve.
Oh, that's so good. Excellent. And so awesome. All right. So Haley, you are going to be counterpointing this this awesome loopy, reverby harmony that's going on, or melody that's on. Tell us about what's going on with you and what's coming in to send over an attack.
So I have a guitar for every occasion.
Yeah.
And this is my lack of musical knowledge, so you'll have to bear with me here. Isn't there something called like a Fendi or a Fender guitar or something like that?
Yep.
Is it a Fender? Oh, good. So I want to have a guitar that I call the Fender Bender.
Yes.
And
I knew where you were going with this. I was so excited.
Cool. Yeah, and so it's made out of like the metal that I've taken off of like cars that I've stolen or whatever. And when I play it, I want it to, you know how they get like the built-in sound system, which is usually pretty crap, but they got like a really expensive one. I want it to kind of like using Aaron's Fizz's like parabola kind of mathematical magic. I want to sort of bend their Fender a little bit to try and sort of like warp their sound, if that makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm so into it. That's awesome. Excellent. Yeah. So you're not overpowering their song. You're like bending it. You're maybe even like taking it to your own will and using it against them. Like, this is sick.
You're making it your own.
And I could co-opt it. Yeah, I could pull it into our sound. Yeah.
Amazing.
Let's
Excellent.
co-sign that plan.
Let's co-sign that.
Wonderful. Okay, so then
paperwork. You need to co-sign.
Humans love co-signing documents.
I
Just
really did not prep for this session by like going over my algebra glossary.
I really hope my A squared B squared thing fits algebra, not geometry. I can remember. Okay, good.
You're using letters. It
was like I can remember.
So awesome. And so what else are we throwing on this? We've got a crazy a light show to distract them. We've got a spicy bass line to work off of. You've already got like a cool spicy bass line to play off of. How about one of those? You involved in that bass line?
Yeah, for sure.
All the spice.
You gotta have the bass in the attack. The bass is like the heart.
It's habanero spicy.
It's right. Yeah.
Louisiana crawfish dip. Let's go.
Knowing them being the popular type, there's got to be that one dumb blonde in there that thought when you guys were saying cosign, they're like, oh God, student debt.
Wonderful. Excellent. Yeah, because we don't have trust funds aren't even, it's the post-apocalypse scenario. There's not probably trust funds left. But there are convertibles.
The trust funds are in blood.
Yes.
Souls.
Yeah, just like the inherited like generational wealth of souls.
Yes. Wonderful. So excellent. Appreciated and good use. And so we are so then excellent. So we are great. So we've got +8 coming to you, Haley, on that. And so anything else you want to throw on this? That can be part of your defense.
Practice light show, is it like, let's see.
But that's in the Roll20 chat. The idea of playing the brown note, which is a South Park joke. So
tested that in Mythbusters.
Good. That's a good use of people's time. So awesome. All right.
I mean, if we're going jazz, it's got to be the James Brown note. I mean, like sad moving off.
Yes.
Amazing. So we're going to be bending this Fender, and and it's going to cause
to the extreme.
That's right. Does it cause their car to distort physically, or is it just like is it just moving weird, or like what's getting? I mean, you're bending their
I
music.
originally,
Yeah.
I'd originally thought about it as like literally like bent, like playing some guitar like that actually like ends up bending their fender so that their cool built-in sound system doesn't work as well anymore because
Yes.
there's they're like solidly built and there's no flex or anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Excellent. So you're not breaking glass, you are bending fenders. I get it.
Yeah.
With the fender bender.
With the fender bender. Amazing. Good. Thank you for that visual. So let's do your roll on that.
All right. So I just, what do I do? Just hit counter? No.
You're gonna hit melody.
Can I do this?
Oh, and you're using harmony to attack, so you hit harmony. Perfect.
Oh, I have to hit. Okay, there it is. I see. Okay.
Great. Lovely. And so we have, on top of Aaron's 14 points of damage coming across, we have another 10 points of damage from Haley coming at this smooth band, the crappy improv jazz of the popular demon kids on the other car, and so they send an attack over at you guys, and so the saxophonist is going to come rising out of the like Bill Clinton style, like rising out of the or maybe like the guy from whatever, the saxophonist from that vampire movie that's escaping me. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Lost Boys.
Thank you, Lost Boys. Excellent. And so he's coming out with the saxophone, and so he's soloing away, and he's sending an attack over at you guys. And so Katie, you are our defender. You're going to be defending against this saxophone solo that's coming at you, and he's cashing in all 6. They've got 3 aspect points to work off of, and so
he's going all in.
He's going all in. That's right. And so he comes at you guys with a
hold on just a second. Is this where the consequences stuff comes in? Or what are consequences?
Oh, good question. Yes, the no, that's more involved in like kind of longer combat type stuff.
Got it.
And so this is going to be a melody attack. Okay, so he's coming at you guys actually with a big roll. And so he's coming at you guys with a lot of damage. So it's a good it came out of left field. You were expecting this saxophone solo.
Sorry.
It's discordant, it's horrible. And so Katie, how do you protect your team?
Yeah, so I am using the wordsmith rhyme, and I've got an amazing rhyme stat here. So I am seeing this attack, these sound waves that are just repulsive to pretty much all of humanity. And I am going to like XY intercept this thing.
Yes.
Some sweet beats. And we are just gonna like blend in everything that is going on. So I want to, tap into that spicy bass line, because bass is also a math term. Don't ask me to define it. Fractal is 2. And so we are just gonna like borrow these light waves to like blind the saxophone, like laser light into like the base of that thing, and it comes up and it gets him in the eye and starts burning a little bit. So now he's got 2 blind eyes.
Like your dad.
Yeah. Now, like the thing's got a 3rd eye, so like it can still see, but it's now like doesn't have any depth perception. And I'm just gonna kind of keep this beat going. I've got all of you all here. I am, as a personal aspect and a board aspect. Look, y'all, I lost my family and my home in this whole apocalypse thing. Like, I live in the library. So those popular kids, they have it easy and they don't know what's coming to them. Because when you live off cafeteria food, no. They're going down. So I'm ranking all of these aspects. I want all of the guitar
Bring
picks.
it all in.
Nick
All the
And-
guitar picks.
And when you live in the high school, your best friends are definitely aliens.
Yes.
Like the gym teacher, the head should not go 360,
Coach
but it
Blorb.
does.
Nick sticks a like lit Zippo lighter out of the window, just like waves it back and forth like as you're doing this.
The uprising, the Marxist uprising in the post-apocalyptic world is here.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
The way I'm envisioning this is that like right before this happens, you know how like when stuff gets like really heavy, there'll be that sudden like almost like harmonic lull where everything lets off. Yeah. Oh.
The lights are just going pew, 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 pew.
Just like straight up like becomes a soft like Muse song for a second.
Oh, that's so good. Excellent. We'll hit that rhyme button and we're going to be adding 2, 4, 6, 7, 14 points on top of it.
Nice.
Fabulous.
You use it or lose it. Okay, excellent. So 17 points of damage you would be absorbing with this because you don't, and they sent 11 across at you, which I thought was a lot.
Am I allowed to flick them off on a
Oh
Twitch
my
stream?
goodness, yes, they deserve it. They deserve it.
And now we're rated R. We get the
Amazing.
lyric advisory, the parental
Car
advisory.
for revolution.
Yes, excellent, excellent. And so their car gets fenders, gets bent. But now you're driving on the, like you beat them, you smash them, and but how are you gonna actually get in front of them? Are you like, I want Aaron to answer this one. Are they getting like spun off to the side and you guys are pulling ahead? Are you jumping over them? Are they
Good. Yeah, we can. It's just kind of a chaotic, kind of like a hurricane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just spin around and yeah. I don't know.
Wonderful, excellent, yes. And so in this cyclone of metal that you guys are creating with the bender and the lights show, from the southern twister comes out you guys in front and them spinning off onto a side ramp. They're never gonna get there. And
Little
and
mushroom cloud.
just a little mushroom cloud. And you guys pull into the junkyard. You meet up with Nick's guy. First one's there. You get the awesome double-decker tour bus for the band, and you guys are ready to hit the road and do whatever you want. And because you're gonna have such a sick like demon fending off, like I'm so into like this double-decker bus idea. So
Hooray, we did it.
We did it. And so that is the kind of the
Go team.
The go team. And so that's awesome. Great job, Cordon Bleu. Truly 5 stars. And
Michelin rated.
Yes, that's right, Michelin, because you got the tires.
We slashed the tires.
That's right. And so that is Fate. And so with the last few minutes of the stream, we're gonna do we do a little teachable moment. And so where we have you guys go around and give us an example or an aspect of Fate or a component of Fate that you might kind of see potentially like useful in your therapy or Chris, what is our I'm a little fried at the moment. This is a teachable moment. We still do that, right?
Yeah, we're still doing teachable moments. Basically moments where you had like, hey, this would be great for in this scenario, or I can adapt this for my practice. Just ways that we can, use what you've learned tonight in your real world environments.
Go on.
No, go ahead.
I can see this being a really cool tool as sort of like as a whole for working through sort of like anticipated future challenges. Like, okay, how do I want to handle this? Where am I going to pull from? What sort of resources do I need in the moment? What might I have after the fact?
That's awesome. Yeah, because it's so easy to forget about what tools and resources you have available to you. That's awesome.
I think it would
In session zeros, I often get the piece of, kind of asking what kind of a setting, what kind of a game are you looking for? And so, oh, I want a horror kind of based game, or, I want something lighthearted and fairies everywhere kind of an idea. And I think Fate allows you to kind of define it as you go. You don't really need to have that component in session zero. It's sort of it's an evolving piece as well.
Yes, and it has a lot of
amazing.
And so we are excellent. So we are excellent. So I love that idea. It's evolving. That's awesome. Good. Yes. Who else?
I really like the way that it is set up. It discourages like the number crunching side of it a lot. Like it rewards the role playing side. Like I know that like as somebody who has ruined encounters in the past with their power gaming, like I do know that like it can be difficult sometimes, like personally for me, and I think I mentioned this last week when we were playing D&D with Mike, like having the most efficient decision be a role-playing one is super helpful. That way you don't feel like you have to make like the wrong move in order to be like engaged. Like it doesn't make you make that decision.
Nice. Yes, it's about the story. Yeah.
I second that. So I am still so low down on the bottom of my learning curve. So I felt that too. Also at the beginning of at the end of my long day of decision fatigue, I'm a special education teacher, so I'm like all day constant decision making. So I really feel that at the end of the day. My brain is slower. I feel like I am a sledgehammer. So this was more simple like than the other games we were practicing that I've been practicing with my, on my own time. Reading up on it, I just feel like I've been through like, cram sessions. I feel like now that I've experienced this, I'm like, okay, this is a great beginner point. I'm going to start like maybe checking this out just to get the whole, I don't know, like just immerse myself in the whole narrative part, which is totally new to me. It's so fun, but I'm not there yet. I'm still at the beginning. So thank you all.
That's wonderful. Yes. Bring in that narrative.
Yeah.
And Fate does a really good job of that. And there's a whole bunch of crazy indie games out there that lean into that. And this is a good way to kind of get your toes into that wonderful, wonderful world.
I liked a couple of things. One is that I like that it gives, even I was wondering too, how do you do this with a large number of people? Because sometimes in D&D that can get a little messy, even and especially maybe in role-playing parts, unless you have really good improv folks at your table. So it's nice having the different like sections where different roles are really called for, but not everyone. Like it's really clear. So not only do you not have to be anxious about like, oh, am I going to like take up too much space? But if somebody is someone who might tend towards taking up too much space, it kind of like structurally kind of allays that a little bit, so people can just sort of enjoy it, and it spaces people's
sort of like putting like a time limit on things.
Yeah.
Like everyone sort of gets a turn. And
yeah, I mean, I'm a big crosstalk person, so I always worry about like taking up a little too much space. I feel like I've got a comment for everything, so like I like knowing, okay, it's not my turn yet. Great, cool. I'll just spec here and think about my guitar. So that's really nice for me. And then it also gives you lots of like very set amounts of time to really take in what other people are describing, so that you're not just being like, oh, I have my guitar. Okay, what do I do with my guitar? But you're like, okay, I'm building a harmony, so I need to build on what Erin is doing. And I've got plenty of time to do that because I'm not doing it at the exact same moment. sick and really taking what she's doing and then thinking about how it goes with my idea. It feels like there's just a nice time and space kind of element to it that makes it feel really easy to and safe to just try and play a little bit without worrying too much. Also, I like that the stakes are super low. Like that's really nice. That it's just like, how would you like to drive down the road? Shoulder, main area, you know, you tell me. Big decision time, guys. Like that feels for people, adults especially, that have a hard time figuring out how to play again, if they've never really allowed themselves to play, making it really easy to be like, it's just a real small, you don't have to be like, then I'm the fairy in the woods and I cast spells upon the creatures around me. Like you can just be like, I play a sick riff on my guitar, maybe. Is there skill for that? Absolutely, let's go. Like it's a really nice ease into playing, I think.
And actually, that's something that really stuck out to me is like with this whole battle, there was so much creative freedom to set the scene how we wanted it to look like without worrying about it being, because like in my head, and I like did a little bit of scene setting with some of my in-between comments because I was having a full-blown like High School Musical meets Fooly Cooly moment in my head, and I just like, it looked so beautiful I had to share. But that level of ridiculousness, because like D&D is a very it's a very results-based game where it's like I am rolling to determine if I successfully fire off this spell or if I successfully connect with this exact specific sword swing, whereas this is very much like an intention-based system where it's like I'm going to describe what I'm doing, and no matter how ridiculous it is, like does it technically meet the criteria of the skill or ability that I'm using? And like that makes it so much more open-ended for the collaborative storytelling.
Totally.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I was going to add to that I really saw in this game the ease of collaboration, and I work a lot with adolescents and teenagers. And so just that power of coming together as a group, which is why I kind of love that high school version. And even like Buffy, like the moral of that story is you can't do it alone. You know, it doesn't matter how powerful you are, you need everyone. And seeing, for instance, how the folks who are setting things up, those red boxes, the rest of the folks could then use and borrow and work together, I think is a very powerful message. And especially that idea that you're not in it alone.
Yes. And that's
I
one
think
of the
there's
reasons why I
one
love this.
caution though. If you are pun averse, you'd be in real trouble tonight.
That is a true statement.
Wonderful. Oh man, I'm so hyped. So I think we've heard a teachable moment from everybody, and we are at 10:11. And so I think it's time for us to sign off, call it a night. You were an awesome group. I had a blast every time I run Rockalypse. It is a different, wild scenario. And as you saw, like, as you kind of noticed, like, I got to show up and kind of let you guys come up with a lot of your own stuff. Like you noticed, Adam, like you said, like you guys got to form a lot of the visuals for the scene. I just did a lot of yes ands and try to do a little bit of prompting and try and kind of ask some questions and let you guys fill that stuff in for me. It makes my job easier. It gives you guys buy-in, lets you guys care more about what's going on in the game. And it's not just me telling you guys a story. It's everyone doing this wonderful collaborative storytelling. And it's better and it's easier. So that's why I like doing this. So there's my little teachable moment. And so thank you guys for being awesome. Go get some rest, whatever coast, wherever you are. And thank you so much to our audience.
Thank you so much,
for
Colin.
watching.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Colin, thank you for those in my deadline.